Microcasting for your city. Talkopolis.
Bandwidth for today's show is brought to you by SoftLayer.com. We love SoftLayer here at Talkopolis. They are the greatest hosting company ever. They make everything easy. Check out their website at SoftLayer.com. Thanks again for sponsoring the show. Also by Nashville Violins, the string player's #1 choice for their string instrument needs. Nashville Violins offers everything from lessons to repairs. Make sure you check them out at NashvilleViolin.com.
You're watching Emerging Artists. Our guest, Lions for Real. Howdy folks, I'm Greta Gaines. Welcome to Talkopolis and the show Emerging Artists. Our guests this week are the one and only Lions for Real. What's up, guys?
Hey.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us.
It's very, very exciting to have you guys in the studio.
Cool.
What's been going on? How's Nashville treating you?
Good. We're
Not me so much, but
Yeah?
no, it's
Why,
fine.
Andrew?
Yeah.
No, it's a good format to talk about this.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. No, it's going great. Yeah.
But
We're
you're not a
having
native. Are either one of you guys originally from Tennessee?
nope.
No,
I was born in Alabama,
Whereabouts?
Florence,
Oh, yeah.
Russell Shoals area.
We just drove down there the other day.
Yeah.
Beautiful drive down the Natchez Trace. Tell me about the coming together of Lions for Real, because you guys all came from other bands, right? We
Yeah.
had The Loft, Mellow Down Easy, and The Good Side. So how did you come together and to form this newer group?
Well, we were both Nashville-based bands. We were kind of touring acts. We just played the same venues. We just kind of met along the way. We became friends just because the same sense of humor. We're both idiots, and so when my band broke up, The Loft, I just kind of started following them around. They were playing tour dates and stuff. I just kind of jumped in the van with them and rode around and just trying to make myself a presence, and so he knew that I was ready to do something.
Cool, you got the message.
Yeah.
How many years
Like,
later,
all right,
riding
leave
on
me
the
alone.
van?
It was like
you were
6 years later. I was
I
like,
better get in the van with
like,
this guy. He's not going to leave.
no, it was fun though. I mean, it's actually funny. We're playing Exit Friday, this coming Friday, and my old band CD Release Party was at Exit In, and I hadn't seen these guys in forever. I look out in the crowd, right in front of me is him. And at the end of that night, ironically, at the CD release party of my old band, we ended up getting together like 4 in the morning and jamming for the first time. This band, we took about a year hiatus.
Yeah.
And then once my band hit the skids, he was still without a band. So we're like, let's just finally do this.
And the drummer was also in The Loft
Yeah.
with me.
Okay,
so,
cool.
So I've been in the band with him for.
All right, and so the bass player came from The Good Side.
He
Yeah.
was in the band called
Yeah.
The Good Side, and they were a Nashville-based band too.
And so how long has Lions for Real been around? A year?
As an active band, a year.
Yeah, about a year.
So in that amount of time, you were able to attract Werewolf Heart Records.
Yes,
And so you're now signed to this indie label.
we are.
And you have a release coming out in the beginning of 2013.
Sometime. I don't know if it's going to be at the beginning. Hopefully by summer at the latest.
But have you made the album?
We're recording.
We're recording it
as-
now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
as we go.
And a little later, we're going to hear a song from this upcoming album, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So let's talk about the record label. Ryan Gosling, who you guys tell me is a pretty good musician and singer,
Yeah.
is also on your label. And the label was kind of formed around his fame and his notoriety.
The Notebook.
And
Yes.
then there are just a couple other.
He
Sorry.
said The Notebook. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
You can't say Ryan
Yeah.
Gosling without.
This is like a
I
reflex.
think he's made a
yeah.
couple other movies since then.
Oh, has he?
I'm not
Oh.
sure, and he's been married a couple times. But
Oh.
but you told me that that he actually sounds a little like Joy Division.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird. Like you wouldn't expect that to come out of his.
So have you guys performed with him?
No.
But that might be in the works.
I hope maybe guys. Yeah.
Maybe I'll get
I
on
mean,
the phone with
I-
Werewolf
yeah,
after
we
this
won't-
and be like,
Yeah.
When you call him, we can
Well,
give
if
him
he's
a
listening, yeah. So let's plan it. Right.
yeah?
Yeah.
right. That's what I call my son. What is the plan, though, moving forward? You guys are obviously getting a following here, and I can't
Yeah.
wait to hear you live, but you're described as having a gritty sound.
Absolutely. I think
Yeah.
the plan moving forward is see we've done the touring band thing. They play as many venues as you can and play 200 plus shows
Get
or
really
a year
discouraged
and
yeah.
it's kills you and it doesn't. It's not necessarily the right recipe for success either. And we're thinking, well, we're going to play this venue. Somebody's going to see us.
Yeah.
Don't worry. We know we're
magically
good.
walk in and
Clive
doesn't-
Davis
I gotta
is
have
out
those
there.
guys.
It
in the
doesn't
audience.
matter how
Yeah.
many. Yeah, it doesn't matter how many college kids tell you that you're awesome. I mean,
'Cause they're
it's not.
drunk, half
but
the
it's not
time,
going
like-
to turn into something successful. So we decided this time that what we were going to do is go a different route and actually make the songs, try to sell ourselves as a band first, and try to get a good team together, management,
Right.
a label, and then work from there and then I think it would just be so much better than trying to pick things up. Like that's what we did, and I think they did as well. Like picked up a manager along the way, picked up agents here and this and that, and I just think if we build a team and go forward, I think that's probably our best bet.
Yeah,
so
form
that's
a whole cohesive core and work from there.
Yeah.
But we all know, living in Nashville, I'm a musician myself, that there are 40 million good bands in this town.
Absolutely.
So are you focusing on Nashville specifically as a live venue town?
It's a tough town. I think initially yes, just because there are so many venues, and we do have fans from our previous bands that we are kind of pulling from. So we do have a fan base, an initial fan base.
Yeah, as opposed to like what he said, instead of like traveling kind of pointlessly all over the country, this time it's like almost like it was like learning experiences from our previous bands, and we're able to kind of trim the fat and go, kind of to get to the point, I guess, quicker, with this band. So we're doing things a little more sensibly now, and I think this time around we're more or less starting in the middle and working our way out, as opposed to just like starting in New York and ended up in Houston or whatever, just doing it, kind of running around blindfolded or something, So
How'd you pick the name, Lions for Real?
it's actually a name of the poet Allen Ginsberg. He's got a poem called "The Lion for Real," and it's just kind of I don't know. It's crazy. If you want to Google it, feel free. But yeah, it's pretty in depth and crazy. But it just, I don't know. It's always had some sort of resonance with me, and I always like that phrase.
And as soon as he said it for me, he said it for a band name. I just thought it was, I don't know. It just grabbed me, and I thought, yeah, let's do that.
Yeah,
I think that animals in band names is a good call already.
Yeah,
Look at me
yeah.
think of. There's like Cage the elephant.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, anybody else?
I don't know. I was trying to think of one on the
Those
spot.
two, yeah.
Put me on the spot.
I think that's the.
Who?
Black Crows.
Yeah,
Black
Crows.
Crows.
Mhm.
Counting
Eagles.
Eagles,
See.
Counting
Did you say the
Crows.
Bengals?
Bengals.
And the Bengals.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and also the Bengals.
Yeah, I think that's a good one right there. So,
Yeah.
White snake, yeah.
Snake.
Is that actually an animal, or is it just kind of a euphemism for? Well, whatever.
I
That's,
saw
that's
that,
another
that
show.
movie, Rock of Ages, the other night. Have you guys seen that?
I've heard about it, and I've never seen
No,
it.
I've not seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, I lived through the 80s and all that music, and it's
Oh,
all
yeah.
those big hits from the 80s.
That's-
yeah.
that's
So if you
awesome,
didn't like
yeah.
them the first time around, you're really not going to like them in a musical setting. All right, so the plan is, with this indie label, Werewolf Heart Records, get this album together. Are you going to shoot any videos?
Yeah, we
when
have
you
a
say
video.
you want to hit a target better, are you going to go after song placements? Are you going to try to get your stuff in some advertising?
Both. I
Yeah,
mean,
all
I
the
think
above.
both, but just trying to work from there and try to make some money to actually fund ourselves, and I don't know. Yeah.
That's the hard part, isn't it?
Yeah, and I don't know if we're just going to try to go song by song, or like nowadays
It's so
people
tough.
aren't making
It's different,
albums.
you
People
know?
are releasing singles, and
Yeah.
then the singles maybe there'll be 2 songs, maybe 1 song, but nobody's doing albums.
It is hard to kind of figure that out because I come from the album generation, and we long for those days when I'll always be an album artist. I always think that.
Yeah.
way.
I will too, I think.
But knowing that, maybe it's the time to just put out EPs where there's one song on it that you really think is a
Right,
single.
the single,
Make
right.
these shorter and release more often, maybe. Or I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's just so different. But the thing is, though, I wonder if it's going to come back in a cycle, because everything seems to be that way. Like vinyl's back again.
Yeah, but this
And-
Average Joe's are here in town. I just the Malden brothers who were on the show, they got one song on the Christmas album. They got a 1-song deal, and I had never heard
Oh,
that.
really?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
No, one song
Wow.
deal. I'm like, why not?
That's a good idea.
Well, I mean, I guess that's the times that we're living in. I mean, that's.
Yeah, it's like
One
friends with
song
benefits.
deal.
It's
Yeah.
like, there's like, I don't know.
All right,
what
deal.
I'm
Thanks.
down for
You know.
one song. Let's do this one.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, really though, that is the world we're living
But
in.
it's
the
the
musical
opposite of what
business
music
world.
is supposed to do in your
Yeah.
life.
Oh,
That's
and
the
no,
problem.
that's the worst part about the whole business is that it takes all the fun out of it.
I know.
The music, that's what I want to do. If I didn't have to do any of the business part, I would be so happy. But I want people to hear the music, and I do want to perform in front of people. And I realize to do that there's work involved and there's business involved. But God,
And then when you put all your faith in a team or 2 or 3 people, whatever, to handle all the business, and they're not doing it kind of like what you would hope it'd be, how it'd be done, or
Right.
as quickly or whatever, then that stresses you out. So it's just like you can't win.
So have you made a concerted effort to get better at business, the business of
Yeah,
music?
well,
Yes.
plus with experience, I think,
Yeah.
as I'm sure you know, it's you just pick up as you go, trial and error, I guess. And yeah, that's what I said with our last bands. I think we learned the hard way, just for years of just being on the road and dealing with labels, dealing with management, and just you know, been in and out of that, it's kind of like we're more seasoned now and bitter and jaded.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
bitter.
good.
Don't forget the bitter.
I can
and
see a
jaded.
new song coming
Yeah.
out of this today at Talkopolis. What I learned the hard way.
Yeah.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
I got a good ring to it.
Call in. Let's finish writing this
Trace
song right now.
Trace
Let's get
Atkins.
something cut in this
Yeah.
town. Gosh darn it. Well, Lions for Real, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having
really
us.
excited to hear a live song. What are you
Great.
going to play for us today?
This one's called Heavy Stereo. It's actually
The first song we ever.
Might have been one of the first
Yeah.
songs that we ever wrote. Me and Andrew sat down and wrote a handful of songs, and I believe this was one of
Yeah,
those songs.
for
It's
sure.
where the magic started.
Yeah, this is where it all
The seed was
started.
planted.
All right. Well, we're going to cut. We'll be back in a few minutes, and we're going to have a live song right here in the studio at Talkopolis. You've been watching Emerging Artists. Our awesome guests have been Lions for Real. Check these guys out. You know, keep checking them out because I know that, well, Friday night would be the next time
Friday
we see
night.
you. Friday night, Exeter. What
Exit
time?
Like 9:30.
About 9:30.
Yeah.
We also have a website. It's lionsforreal.com.
And we're all on all the, Twitter and Facebook and
Yep. And you can link to it all from the website.
Yeah.
Instagram?
Instagram.
Instagram.
All
yeah.
right. All right. See you next time.
Microcasting for your city. Talkopolis.